What up, YouTube fam? I wasn't gonna make a video today, and then this fell out of my altar. I didn't even really know what I was gonna talk about. I have a sense now. Yeah, messages want to continue to keep coming through, and as I make the yoni symbol, it's water is a huge theme today, and I'm feeling like my hands and my feet are really cold. Like there's this energy of like life and blood really really wanting to reach the places in which we act and move our feet and use our hands, right? It just so happens that I am healing through Raynaud's syndrome for the last few years, and I've really come to a place of acceptance as well as a place of detachment where I know that moving through autoimmune sickness is not a forever thing for me. This is not something that, this is not something that defines me. And you know what? I really want to put on a healing frequency while I do this. That's what I'm feeling. Water and blood, huge theme. I myself am moving through the first day of my sacred cycle, and I know I'm not the only one who, when starting my sacred cycle, intuition is just heightened, extreme heightened intuition, very much here. What do I want to do? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. A blue flame. Blue flame. Does someone need to hear that? I don't know. So what came through today for me, I want to start with the fact that I'm at the end of just moving through intense sickness, and I think this is probably my third or fourth time moving through COVID. For me, after having experienced it so many times, I feel like it's like that word. Gosh, I feel like even on the internet, people won't say the full word, almost like not saying Voldemort. And even after I said it, I was like, crap, should I have said that? Is my video gonna get flagged? Whatever. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that to the universe. I got it. And the thing is that I don't even like using that word, because it truly, I feel like, I know I've mentioned this in prior videos, we are moving through such an intense ascension process and a cleansing of energy, to where on mass scales people are getting sick. The thing is, though, ascension symptoms, light body symptoms is what I associate that with. It's like your soul is being upgraded, your DNA is being upgraded, everything is changing. And each time it's happened for me, it's not just the fact that I lose my sense of taste and smell. And even during that process, it's like there is heightened intuitive processes because one of my senses is not there. And it's so crazy. It's like I really thought about it this time and really want to thank spirit for the loss of something in order to gain something else. And moving through that sickness, it's shown up in different places each time. I remember one of the times I had it, it showed up more in my heart space where like I was having such a hard time breathing. I was at probably, I think when I got it tested, I was at like 50% breathing capacity. And I just remember having the hardest time breathing. And it was such a crazy experience. And then this time around, it was more active in my throat and my third eye area. And it rarely presented itself down here. I thought that it was going to all fall and settle, and it never did. It was crazy. And I truly, I don't even want to use the words think or believe. Like, I truly know that it's because I feel like I'm grounded enough in my body now to where, or have this type of relationship now to where when I feel not grounded in my body, I really try to listen to what my body's trying to say. And my body was like, yo, you need to use your voice because your voice is powerful. Your voice needs to be heard. And yeah, I started doing these channeling videos, and I'm still super passionate in making breathwork videos, and I have a lot of new ideas, and I'm really excited to share that here, as well as give people an idea and a glimpse into what breathwork is like with me. I recently went through an experience where I was talking to someone. I've gone through multiple experiences where I'll host a group breathwork session, and people were so surprised that it was so relaxing and calming because, and I myself have been a part of the breathwork community only since the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. So for me, I didn't have any preconceived notions about what it would be like, where I hear that there are sessions where people are brought to a peak and then brought back down. And I'm sure that that's very helpful in many different situations. For me, I really truly feel called to hold safe space in a manner where I kind of just move with whatever's present. And I really like to tap into astrology when I do it because I feel like that energy shifts and changes. So what someone may need, whether it's collectively in a group or individually, I really like to tap into the cosmic energy that's going on currently, as well as in connection with their individual cosmic blueprint, their natal chart, their birth planets and aspects and all of that. So I'm an Aquarius myself. I may be doing a breathwork session for an Aquarius. What I really do, though, is remove all preconceived notions in personal experiences so that I may hold space. Looking at the fact that they're an Aquarius, sure, their life experiences are going to be completely different than mine. So, you know, they could be an Aries moon when I'm a Gemini moon, and the way in which we experience subconscious energies and experiences and emotions are going to be completely different. So that's really why I like to look into people's birth charts. And like, say you're an Aries moon and I'm a Gemini moon, and there's a full moon eclipse in Aries, that's going to affect that person completely differently than it is me. So that's why I really, really like to look into personal charts, and it can make a huge difference. It can make a huge difference. All right, so I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I feel like it was, yeah. What tangents aren't necessary? I don't know. I feel like everything's meant to be said when it's said. Okay, so at least in this flow that I feel when I do these. So really what I'm getting at is moving through light body ascension symptoms. Yeah, we're back on track. A confirmation burp. Okay, let's go. Is I quite literally, after this experience, taste things differently. I smell things differently. People's voices sound differently to me. I know I've gone through a cellular DNA upgrade, and I know that y'all are experiencing the same kind of thing. Friendships and connections just don't quite feel the same for me. It's almost as if like I am still moving through like really letting go of even people that I wasn't expecting to necessarily let go of, or people that maybe I feel like I've gone through multiple situations with, where I'm really asking myself like why do I keep holding on to this where it doesn't feel quite right? At the same time, there's nothing outright that like is jumping out at me that seems like quite, you may be also moving through experiences where like something just doesn't quite like feel right anymore. Don't feel guilty about it. Trust your gut, trust your instincts, and know that like you may be leveling up in frequency, and give yourself some time and space alone. Nothing is permanent, in a sense where if that person is meant to be in your life, they'll come back in some way, shape, or form. I'm hearing a lot of protection. Call in your guides. I'm hearing that like water is super healing right now. I'm hearing a lot of feminine energy is coming through. Grandmother energy is still very much present since last reading, and even prior to that. Like I know there was even a card that mentioned from last reading that was saying connect with an ancient feminine energy, or and then there's that grandmother card that showed up. Even just calling in that energy, if you have a grandmother that's passed, or if you have a grandmother that's still alive, or if you have someone that gives you that kind of energy, connect with them. Connect with them. You may have this sense where like my ears are ringing. My left one more prominently, that feminine energy. I feel like my grandmother, my guide, is wanting to tell you this, so I myself have felt in the past misunderstood, a lone wolf, and she always seemed to understand me. she always seemed to understand why I would come in and just look and feel exhausted. And that's because I was growing up in an environment that was very, very energetically draining. And she would just let me lay with her. Just know that you can still rest your head on her anytime. Anytime. Rest your head on your guides. You are being divinely protected right now. I know if you're seeing this message, you are moving through quite a large ascension. And I know that the shift from Pluto moving from Capricorn into Aquarius was really, really big for you. I don't know if that's because you have Aquarian energy in your chart. If you have Capricorn energy in your chart, I have a lot of both. It's funny. This is the first time I'm blowing my nose because I was crying and not because I'm super sick, because that sickness is now moving through and moving out. I felt called to pull one of my old dream journals, and what came out was this paper that's like not even like a part of it, and it talks about my grandmother visiting me in my dreams that day, where she handed me a map and that we planned to meet each other at this said location that is in waking life. I know I don't have all the answers yet, but what's coming through right now is that like your grandmother's here, or this ancient feminine energy is here, whether you're connecting with ancient goddesses, daughters of Ra, Celtic goddesses, Egyptian goddesses, really any goddesses. If you're connecting with like horned goddesses, sun disk goddesses, Mot, and then the dream that I had after that's also written on here. And I'm really just sharing this because I feel like someone else needs to hear it. I entered a client's house, someone that I was working for at the time, back in August of 2024. And it felt very dark, heavy. I felt drunk. Mind you, I haven't had a sip of alcohol since January of 2023. And so it really was telling me, like, I don't feel like this is a space where my energy is being honored, in a sense where I didn't think that they were dishonoring my energy. I just knew that I was destined for greater things. And that it was time for me to move on. So if you're having dreams where you're in a space that is a space that you're currently in, like say you're having dreams about like the job that you're currently in, or a friend group that you're currently in, or huge confirmation verb there. If you're having these dreams, okay, just know that if you're feeling like super stoned or drunk, or like something in regards to that, like you aren't quite clear, or it's foggy, or there's murky waters, or it's super muddy, or it's stormy, or like something is going on in that aspect, pay attention to that. Be curious about what that's telling you. I'm not going to be like, you're not meant to be there. There could be things that can be worked out, whether you're meant to leave, whether you're meant to have an uncomfortable conversation with you that can transform that situation, or whatever that may be. Just write your dreams down, journal, reflect on that. I find the more that I do that, the more vivid my dreams are, the more aware and more detailed my dreams are. I've been writing down my dreams since I was like 9 years old, maybe even before, and a lot of people are like, you dream every night and you just like remember all these details? I've been doing this, I've been journaling for that long. Also, I find that, and I don't know if this is always the case, because sometimes I'll just be like, right before I go to bed, like, I really want to rest, because like sometimes I feel like I go to other places and I'm unable to rest. So like sometimes I will ask spirit to be like, listen, like I just want to sleep. So and you can do that. I heard that from someone and I was like I also find though that like the more aware and in your body you are in the present moment in waking life, the more you are in your dreams. I go like that because I feel like, for me, I experience them to just be other dimensions and realities and timelines that are happening concurrent to this one. So yeah, this other dream, so I'm in this space, I'm feeling very foggy, and then I get a phone call from a family member. She's concerned about me. She can hear that I'm drunk. And I just say, I said I wasn't myself and that it altered my energy to not be me. And I've known that. Like, my energy gets altered when I'm not me. And I did it for so long that I got sick. Like, my energy was just like, yo, yeah. I was just like working at a retirement company and wearing clothes that just weren't me and like talking not me. Like, I look back and I truly do set flowers at that version of me's feet, because like I have let go of so much hurt, shame, and like expectations of others that I was attached to in these like past positions and roles and jobs and friendships and all of that, and relationships even. And I knew my dream was telling me like, okay, like I'm not being me in this situation. I need to leave now. I wrote down, I said to the group that I didn't feel like I or they were being genuine enough to feel safe to be me, and they dispersed. An elderly Asian man stayed behind, and I said to him, if we're like energy, then we are waves. And I did this hand motion. Then I jokingly said I need to write it down. And I woke up and I did. It's crazy that this came to me today because I felt the energy of waves today when I was in the bathtub, because that's just a normal ritual for me on the first day of my sacred cycle. And the water is just really, really healing. When it comes to being in the first day of physical shedding, and I come to find that like the more I need to shed, the more painful the cycle is. This cycle wasn't very painful. I feel like I've let a lot go. Let a lot go in the past month. And all I wanted to do, it's so interesting because like I pulled up my meditation playlist and I was like, I don't want to listen to this today. And then I looked up like wave healing, and I couldn't find anything that was just like, because it just popped up a bunch of like solfeggio frequencies, which is really great in healing when I feel like I need to heal, but it wasn't that. It was like I felt like do you hear that? I was like, oh yeah, on the left side right there. I feel like I'm in this energy of healed, where I'm not like forcing myself or like telling myself I need constant healing. And I felt very whole in that moment. And I'm continuing to feel that feeling. And suddenly I was like, yeah, I just want to hear the sound of waves. So I put on like this playlist of just waves, and it was magical. I just turned off the lights and I got in the bathtub, and it's so interesting because like as much anxiety that I had been moving through, and I'm sharing this because I feel like you out there had been or have been moving through anxiety and like not knowing in this fog. And you may have been moving through a lot that's been slowing you down, and just know this is a sacred, divine slowing down, okay? I tell you this because I've been moving through it. First, it was getting the vid, okay? And that just set me on my, for 9 days. I don't work from home currently, so it was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And it made me face all the people and places that I didn't want to face, and it made me make decisions to detach from a lot of people and a lot of different situations and things that I would have normally just attended, just, because I was obligated to. Well, moving through the energy of obligation, I feel like if you're hearing this, yeah, you may have said no quite a lot lately. Don't feel guilty about it. You're protecting your energy and you're doing what you need to do. Anyone who's meant to be in your life will understand that eventually. Taking a breath with that. Where was I going with that? First, it was sickness moving through. Then it's, at least for me right now, and a lot of people in Northern America, a huge winter storm. That's a slowing down. And then today I was like, all right, I got a bill coming up. I got to make this money. And not only did I want to catch, like, I needed to go out. Like I'm going to reword that. I no longer deliver food. I am transitioning into something that I know is greater and bigger, not in a sense where one is better than the other. I just know that I'm destined to help others with breathing and astrology and holistic healing. And it's like, after this upgrade, the universe is like, I am not going to allow you to go back to what you were doing. And it scares the absolute living patooey out of me, because I do ask myself, what am I going to do? And then my sacred cycle hit, and I really was planning on going out, and my energy just was not feeling it, and I quite physically just couldn't do it. And then the winter storm came. So the universe like is seriously trying to slow me down. And all of these divine, wonderful, awesome messages came through because I chose to stay at home and honor myself. And I'm really grateful for that. And what came through was being grateful for the opportunity to slow down to the pace that my soul needed. And I got super emotional and I let a lot out, because even though the people in my life around me may not always understand how much I've slowed down and why, it's really not about having them understand. It's really just about slowing down to the pace in which my soul needs me to slow down. And everything that is at that pace is continuing to come to me because I've tuned into that pace. I've tuned into that 5D energy. And that 5D energy can I mean, it's like waves. It's like waves, just like we are. I no longer feel like I'm in this river trying to find the ocean. Like I'm really truly feeling the vastness of what it's like to be the ocean and the ocean be me. And in life, I mean, I know that everything's temporary, so I'm just going to soak and bask in this energy right now and try not to hold on to it like I'm going to lose it. I'm just going to be appreciative of feeling this right now. My hips are wanting me to switch it up. All right. So that's basically it with that. Yeah. So tarot reading. This I mean it came. It came. I'm also feeling called to move through some breath work that may be on a different video. Ooh. What do I want to do? Let's just try this out. Why can't I do both? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. So it's so interesting, I'm now seeing this, that the two cards that I pulled for myself are both water. There's just a lot of water energy. So interesting. I feel like if you're hearing this, you're connecting with water. Whether that's live water, praying to your water, blessing your water, thanking your water, moving through a lot of emotions. Just know that you're on the right path. That, and it's also a calling to connect with your emotions, to connect with water. If in case this isn't resonating as much, this is a sign telling you connect with your emotions. I do have a few breathwork videos on here to help people move through that, as well as I do offer individual sessions to help people move through. Energy and motion is emotion, and when it gets stuck in the body, it has the potential to cause harm and chaos. And it is really important to connect, acknowledge, and not just focus on the release, but to really hold safe space for the emotions to be felt until they're ready to be released. With that being said, now I'm getting this like goofy energy. I don't know what I'm connecting with there, but like, just like loosen up, be goofy. Remember the goofiness, the goofy side, the goofy movie comes through for me. Just yeah, really connecting with emotions can also be like a laugh cry kind of thing. When I've gone through my own personal breathwork sessions, I will have moments where I'll connect to some really heavy emotions and it'll literally turn from a cry to a laugh. So just know that like feeling the spectrum of your emotions is human. Allowing yourself to feel anger, allowing yourself to celebrate yourself, allowing yourself to feel happiness after a lot of grief, allowing yourself to feel sadness, to feel shame, to feel those things, and discerning and practicing detachment from it. Not in a way where like you're forcing yourself to like let go of it, but really holding space for it and allowing yourself to express it, whether that's through movement, sound, writing, journaling, singing. I'm hearing lately a lot of like creative energy is moving through. Like this watery feminine energy is highly creative. And if there's like a poem that you want to write, a song that you want to write, art that you want to make, making a video, connecting with someone, writing a book, like I'm just hearing like create that, because that also is a way to allow the energy and motion, the emotions to literally come out of the body and be transmuted in a way where where it is quite literally transformative and healing. Like you're being an alchemist, you're being a magician, you're being a witch, whatever energy you connect with in that way, you are quite literally turning lead into gold. Yeah, first card that came through. This also is a relatively new deck for me. I have yet to do a reading with my OG deck. It hasn't called out, which is so interesting. I'm really being called to like move out of my comfort zone. So I'm getting fire and water. So and there is a messenger. There's a message in a cup. There's a message for you. What is this message? On a unicorn. You're on a very unique journey. And there's a message for you, and he looks very, very sad. Like you have been moving through it, yo. You've been moving through it. And because of all of this muck that you've been trudging through, there is a divine message, and it's coming through. And the unicorn that you're riding, you are on there's pleasure in the pathless woods, okay? Because you are literally on a path that no one else is taking. Yeah, you may be ascending. There's a lot of people that are, but guess what? Each person that's moving through their ascension is on an individual path, one that is being laid out by their ancestors, by their guides, by Source, by God, Gaia, El Shaddai, Pachamama, Gaia, like whoever you connect with. That is the path that you're on, and it's so individual. It is as individual as your thumbprint, as a snowflake, okay? There is a message that is here for you. And bear with me, because like this is a new deck for me, and a lot of the time I'll just like see what I see on the card and then read it. I have no idea where this is at. It's not one that's just like boom, just like the other one. In the last reading, it was very much like hidden in plain sight kind of vibe. Do you feel like you're hidden in plain sight right now? Because you might be. And there might also be messages that are hidden in plain sight. If I'm getting... What is this? Because I'm getting cups and clubs. Like, for real. How am I supposed to... I'll find you. I'll find you. Maybe it's a major arcana. Confirmation? Oh? Oh? What are you? Show yourself to me. So interesting. Like, so what is this? So it's a minor. Okay. I literally feel like I'm reading this like as an alchemist, because like I'm just seeing symbols. Fire of water. Here we go. Okay. God, that was actually kind of fun. Okay. Interesting. Am I saying this word right? Chevalier of Cups. Fire of water. A message from someone you love. A proposal. Interesting. Love. And again, like, I'll be totally honest, this is not something that I was expecting. The universe can be like that sometimes, huh? The moment that you are at peace and you feel healed or you feel whole is right when the uni is like, right when the uni is like, oh, I'm going to give you that person. I'm going to give you that. And proposal could also be platonic in a way where it's like through a career. A message from someone you love, a proposal. There's a proposal that is here. Take that as you will. Take that as you will. There's so many that just like, okay. Ooh, we got this again. Okay. Start with we got an air element. 5 of coins. Okay. Yep. Poverty, economic crisis. You may be moving through this energy of like lack, or this energy of like, how am I going to do this? Just like I was saying, like, how? You're on the right path. Everything may be stripped away from you right now, and it's almost as if like you're being stripped away from distractions. This also popped up in my mind. If you're dreaming of something where you're scared to die, I know that's intense. Try to see if you can allow yourself to die. And that's something that I feel like I've been moving through in my dreams, like allowing myself to not give in to the fear and to actually just die. Because these ascension symptoms is moving through a spiritual death and opening you up to so much more. Yeah. Water. I gotta take a breath for that. Continuing to take breaths for that. 10 of Cups. You may be feeling this lack energy. Just know, right around the corner, my darling. 10 of Cups, success, perfect harmony, fulfillment, someone caring for you. Y'all, that's it. This is already on its way. This prosperity, this love, this being seen. I'm hearing being seen, because it may be romantic. That proposal may be romantic, and it also may be a career. It may be a new friendship. It may be something it's definitely a proposal, an invitation. Like, look at that. Any projectors, just know that invitation's here. It is here. You are on your way to it. I'm not even going to say it's coming. It's not in the far off distance. You are just on your way to it. Don't let this distract you. You know you can get through it. Because this is what's actually here for you. And with that, I feel complete in that message. Yep. Okay. Honor yourself. You've got this. Allow yourself to slow down. The universe will continue to put things in place for you to do that, because the slowing down actually won't end up stopping you. It's just aligning you with the energy that is meant for you. Until next time.